y'all doing?
All right, welcome everybody to the Trailblazer postgame show. Trailblazers get the win here in Greater Zion Stadium in overtime. 34-33 is the final. Asa Chapman taking it across for the game-tying touchdown in overtime, and then Ilya Uvaidov getting the game-winning extra point. And joining us now is Asa Chapman. Hold on a second. We've got a little freeze up here. Hang on.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes. Here, we celebrate active learning, active life.
Okay, now we're ready to go. Welcome to Trailblazer postgame show. I had a little technical difficulty right there. These are your stats right here. Asa Chapman, running back, redshirt freshman. Look at these numbers. 18 carries, Asa, 101 yards, your first 100-yard rushing game of your Trailblazer career. Just talk about the emotion of this game in overtime, you taking it in for the game-tying touchdown in that extra session.
I mean, obviously there's a lot going on.
Let's get that a little closer there so we can hear you.
Sorry.
Okay, there you go.
Obviously there's a lot going on in a game like this, a lot of emotions, but you got to stay together as a team, and I feel like we did that today. Kudos to the offensive line, play calling. We got downhill today and helped our defense out and came up with the win.
What was the chatter like in the huddle on 4th and 10 in overtime? You had to get it, and you got 15 yards.
And it's just trust one another. I mean, we got to trust Coach that he calls the right play, and we 100% do that. And then it's just trusting our guys, Daniel Thompson, Bronson, the whole line, just to connect, and then that's what we did. And there was no surprise with that because, honestly, that's just what we trained to do. We practiced for that, so, yeah.
What was that call in overtime on the 4-yard line that enabled you to get across the goal line to tie it up?
It's 25, simple inside zone. It was just hand the ball off, get downhill. We did a great job of that all day today. So they just said, let's just get it done right now. And they put trust in me and the O-line, and I appreciate that, and I got us that touchdown.
When you saw that hole and you saw that goal line, what was that moment like for you?
Well, first, I had to make sure I fell forward, and I had to bang the linebacker right there. So that was just the main goal right there. Fall forward, make sure I hold on to the ball, going across the plane. But once I fell, I was like, hey, Ilya, I trust you. Let's go make this kick and let's go.
I was going to say Uvaidov has not missed an extra point all year, but I did not want to say it to jinx him. Max would have said it.
Yes, I tried to say it, actually.
Yes.
And, Asa, I just got told that these 2 rushing touchdowns, your career high as well. So how does it feel to not only, win the game, of course, on the back of your offensive line as well, them moving the line of scrimmage, but just to cross the goal line multiple times in one game? How does that make you feel today?
It's a blessing, honestly. I mean, I'm glad to be able to be out here with my brothers and to be able to showcase what I can do and then what we all can do because we're all a product of one another. So, I mean, I'm just glad to be able to get those 2 touchdowns to help us win the game because ultimately those mean nothing if we don't win to me. So I just want to win.
Love that.
What's it like, the relief after you've come so close so many times this year, just not being able to finish, and then this was the ultimate finish in overtime?
I mean, it's a huge relief, honestly, because we put in work day in, day out, hours on hours, watching film, practice, hitting each other, going live in practice, man. But it just feels great to finally get it done, finally to get this win, and hopefully to have this momentum go forward.
How much fun was this? The offense was moving back and forth, over 400 yards of total offense, and that first half especially. You guys didn't. You guys scored on every possession except for the final drive in that first half.
Man, it felt great because finally it felt like we were connecting. You know, we've been getting off to some slow starts, so Coach Stevens made it apparent that we got off to a fast start this past game, and that's what we did. I mean, we put up 20 in the first half. Obviously, the second half didn't go the way we wanted to, but that's a part of the game. That's part of football, is just staying the course and staying with one another. So, yeah.
All right. We'll celebrate, and then we'll get ready to go to Abilene, Texas next week, right?
Next week in Texas. Thank you.
You ever been to Abilene? Were you there last year? When you no, we were here this year.
Yeah, we were here.
Yeah,
last
so
year.
this is your first trip to Abilene to play, right? All right, should be fun.
Big Texas.
It's flat. It's flat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see there's a bunch of windmills about 30 miles from the stadium that just tower over the stadium, right? You remember those?
Yes.
That's all you see for miles, windmills.
That's going to be different for me. But
Yes, exactly.
At least there's a football field to play. That's all I know. So we're going to get it done.
All right, Asa Chapman, 101 yards rushing, first career 100-yard game, including the game-tying touchdown, 4-yarder in overtime, and then you volleyed up, taking the extra point to the win. Congratulations. Great game, not only by you, but all of your teammates in getting that first conference win.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks for having us, and go Trailblazers. God bless.
All right, Asa Chapman back. We're waiting for head coach Lance Anderson to get his thoughts. Finally, finishing a game, getting a win. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes. Here, we celebrate active learning, active life. Our Trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Here, students get the full college experience and choose from 300 affordable academic programs. All in one of the most stunning destinations on Earth. With this as your backyard, life is just as active as your education. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
All right, back here at Greater Zion Stadium. It's empty now, but boy, what a fun game here we had. In overtime, Trailblazers get their first conference win, 34-33. Boy, what an overtime. North Alabama went down and scored, missed the extra point, and we looked at each other and said, it could be the time that they finish. And then in overtime, Bronson Barban got sacked. It was 4th and 10, a play they had to have. No tomorrows. That was it. And they got a 15-yard pass play to Daniel Thomason to keep the drive alive. First and goal at the 10.
What have we talked about all season long, Rod?
Finishing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep. Finishing drives, finishing games, doing all those. And the Trailblazers did it. This is what happens when you're able to finish.
Yep.
And again, not in ideal circumstances. You just broke it down. 4th and 10 after taking a sack in overtime.
Yep.
Do or die, that's it. And you get 15. And then you go and score.
Yep.
And then you convert on an extra point. The littlest details, the littlest things, they missed an extra point. Utah Tech did not. That was the difference in the ballgame.
And you know what I like about it? They were on the 4-yard line, and they powered it right down the throats of North Alabama.
Yep.
And they got it. Lance Anderson has been harping about finishing. They weren't able to do that other than the Northern Iowa game. They've had their chances. But today, this is the ultimate finish, as I mentioned with Asa, in overtime. One play to get 10 yards, and you had to have it, and then you had to score or it's over as well. This is the ultimate finisher. Now we'll have to see, with 3 games remaining, to see if they can improve on this and build on this, because Abilene Christian, they were a top 13 team when they went in 2 weeks ago to Southern Utah and lost to the T-Birds. So it'll be interesting to see if they can build on that and at least give themselves a chance, because Abilene Christian's really good, and it's tough to win in Texas.
Yes, it is. And it's tough to win in this conference. It's tough to win in Texas. And like you said, that they are a good team. But as we mentioned, probably 2 games into the season, we said there are probably no games on this schedule where Utah Tech is ever favored.
Yeah.
But there's no game where you look at it and you're like, oh, they're going to get their heads blown off right here. Like, they can win any single game.
Yeah.
They have a chance to win it. So you can't count them out going down to Abilene Christian. You're not sitting here saying, okay, they're going to be favored by 2 touchdowns after winning this game. But you're sitting here saying, hey, they put it all together again, they can get another W.
You know, another impressive aspect of this game was Trailblazers were down 3 starting linebackers, basically.
Yes.
And then you had guys come in. Deline, he got an interception, a freshman Cervello, and then a junior in Tafisi, Lolo Tafisi, that really had not played at all this year. And they came in and they played a big part in getting this thing done. Boy, that is the epitome of next man up.
We called all the backup linebackers' names a fair amount, and not because they were getting beat. It was for a positive reason we were saying their names, not a negative. And also, too, I want to mention this as well. They gave up 33 points. From a defensive coordinator standpoint, that's not ideal, but they got very timely stops and very timely turnovers in order to win this ball game.
Trailblazers did turn it over once on an interception inside the red zone. That was it. Nobody got sacked. Well, Bronson Barman got sacked in overtime. That was the only sack of the game.
Yeah.
But how about these numbers? 491 yards of offense for Utah Tech. 443 for North Alabama. And let's see, do we have yards per play on this one? No. We don't have it on this stat machine. But the yards per play has got to be pretty good.
Yeah.
It's got to be around 7 yards per play, and that's
Probably.
their best yard. That's their best ratio of the season. So, I mean, Bronson Barban, he finished 19 of 30, 272, a touchdown. And then Asa Chapman, 18 carries, 101 yards. Brenton Stone in that first half, he was really the dog. 5 for 46 on the ground. Barban had 5 for 35. Eric Olson had 3 rushing attempts for 18 yards. Receiving, Josh Rillos, kind of the quiet man, hasn't really caught a pass, maybe one pass in the last 3 or 4 games. He caught 6 passes for 89 yards. And then Daniel Thomason, only 1 catch last week. He had 3 for 104 yards, including a 66-yarder catch and run. Eric Olson, he was targeted 10 times, only caught 3 for 40. And Chapman, after a career-high 9 receptions out of the backfield, he had 3 for 17. But and then Ryan Marks, let's not forget the punters. Didn't punt in the first half, but he had a 50-yard average. And that really helped flip the field and put North Alabama, and especially in that second half, in some deep pockets.
Yeah. We saw 5 punts from Utah Tech and 4 punts from North Alabama.
All in the second half. Yeah.
Yes, 9 punts. But, yeah, look at Josh Rillos, plus the guys who filled in at linebacker today, a lot of unsung heroes for Utah Tech in this game.
You talk about having to fill in for 3 linebackers that were out for Utah Tech. Moe Passy, he had 10 tackles. Jeremiah Jamo from the quarterback position, 9 tackles. Adrian Deline hadn't played all season long, only a couple of snaps here and there. The freshman, 8 tackles. And Jay Sweeten, the local St. George kid, he had 6 tackles. So you had guys stepping up that really had not had a lot of playing time other than Passy.
Yes.
I mean, that's what you want to see.
Yeah, exactly. And you, if you're Utah Tech too, you're looking at this and saying, hey, we might have found some depth as well.
Yeah.
We might have found some guys who've been buried on the depth chart all season long, who had to play and get thrust into the starting lineup, and they performed.
Lance Anderson, the head coach, he turned over the postgame to Asa Chapman because he wanted to let his players get the goods here. So he just said, you take Asa and let him get the glory. So,
absolutely.
And he did. And Asa, well done. And that offensive line, I mean,
they
had 1 sack, but they had 3. They allowed 3 sacks last week, the most in here. But they came back. Draper, Crowley, Reynolds, Fanua. Snar over there, and I'm probably going to miss somebody, but those were the main guys on there. They did a heck of a job. Everybody did their part. Everybody did their part when they had to.
Yes.
Couple of mental issues. Will Olivero coming back with a club on his foot. He and Willie Angelau got a little chippy and all that kind of stuff. But all in all, players, when they had to, they made the plays. to get the overtime win, Max, and that's what it's all about.
And so just talking about being chippy real quick. What's the one thing we talked about last week against SUU? There was no edge.
That's right.
There was none.
Yeah.
And you bring Angelau and Will Alaveo back this week.
Yeah.
A little bit of an edge this team, and they got to win.
Okay, who sings that song? We're not going to take it. No, we're not going to take it. Who sings that?
I think it's Twisted Sister.
Okay. That's what happened today. Trailblazers were tired of taking it. They weren't going to take it no more. All right, Trailblazers will head to Abilene Christian next week. First of 2 games on the road. Take on the Wildcats. That is a 1 o'clock kickoff, Utah time, pregame at noon on Trailblazer Sports Vision and The Fan. And don't forget that our Trailblazer Lance Anderson Coaches Show, 6 o'clock Tuesday here on The Fan and the Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube. All right, Max. Overtime win.
Yes,
Trailblazers
sir.
get it done. Thanks to all involved. Once again, in overtime, Utah Tech gets their first conference win of the year, 34-33. Asa Chapman, career-high 101 yards, and the game-tying touchdown, Ilya Ubaidov, the Russian Rocket, with the extra point in overtime to win it 34-33. Trailblazers get the win, and now it's off to Abilene next week. Have a great afternoon and evening, everybody. It's nice to be a Trailblazer when you win. See you, Max.